stop placing the judgment you make concerning your life to what you see on social media. That is
Wow.
digital deduction. You make every decision based on what you see online. Those things affect your brain directly or indirectly. So you need to watch. You need to beat those traps for you to maintain healthy, healthy, healthy brain or healthy routine, memory routine. Then also you need to eat right. There are
Okay.
fruits like broccoli, there are blueberries, there are fatty fish, there are nuts that you can eat that can help you strengthen your memory power. And also you need to you need to work on focus, observation. These two things are key tools in training your memory. Focus and observation, because
Okay.
your attention goes in the area of your focus. Your
Okay.
attention goes in the area of your focus. So you need to watch that too. And lastly, you need to make use of the 3 H's. What are the 3 H's? Your head, your heart, and your hand. 3 H's: your head,
Yeah.
your hand, and your heart. What comes from your heart naturally falls, you fall in love with what comes from your heart. So
Yes.
you do those things better. So anytime from your head to your heart, then whatever you've learned, make sure you document. Make sure you
Okay.
document. Documentation is one way for you to learn. And last, to learn new things, learn
Okay.
new things, learn new skills, learn new things. It is repetition that brings about mastery. Repetition brings about mastery.
Mm.
Repetition brings about mastery. Repetition brings about mastery. What you
Okay.
learn the first time, it is very difficult for you to assimilate. You stay with it again. You stay with it again. Do you want to learn coding? Learn coding the first time. It is hard for you to learn. Second time, it is hard for you to learn. Third time, it is hard for you to learn. But by the time you keep learning, it's just like learning how to ride a bicycle. The first time you fall, the second time you fall, the third time you fall. Before you know it, you are already mastering it. You are already mastering it. Then you reach a level where unconsciously you know how to ride a bicycle. So those are the proven ways. And I already shared. I don't know if it actually you were able to hear me for the last part of that, how people can train their memory.
No, I didn't. I didn't. We didn't hear that.
Okay, so I said people need to start working on the 3 H's, which are the head, the heart, then the hand. The
Okay.
head, the heart, then the hand.
Okay.
So you need to start learning from your heart,
Okay.
from your heart. You need to start learning from your heart. Whatever that is coming from your heart, that you desire to learn from your heart, then try to always document wherever you've read, whatever it is, just document. That's why it is the 3 H's. They are the
Okay.
3 H's, which are the hand, the heart,
That.
then the hand. Also,
Okay.
I said focus and observation are key tools in for you to harness or for you to train your memory.
Okay.
Focus and observation. I
Wow.
said your attention goes in the area of your focus. Your
Okay.
attention goes in the area of your focus. So
Okay.
it is what you focus on at that particular time, that is where your attention is. Or of recent, my attention, my focus has been on Lexus, like new brand Lexus, because
Wow.
I've been talking about it for a whole lot of time. So each time I just look, what I see is Lexus.
Wow.
So that is how focus is.
Okay.
That is how observation is. So your attention goes in the area of your focus. And also I said you must eat healthily. Like
Yeah.
you must eat
We had
something
that.
healthy. You must
Yeah.
eat something healthy. Broccoli, blueberries, fatty fish, nuts. These are foods that helps the brain. And
Okay.
also, I said you need to beat the traps of the 3 Ds, which are digital dementia, digital overload, then digital deduction. What do I mean by this? See, anything that stresses you stresses your brain.
Okay.
Anything that stresses you stresses your brain. So now, digital dementia, I mentioned, like when you want to do basic math, you know, many people run to their phone calculator just to help them out. It is good to run to the phone calculator to help out, but then as a way of training your memory, you could also go to that rigor of racking your brain around that thing, then
Mm.
to produce the answer. Like the
Like you, like
closest
the
example
example
I
you
can
gave.
use is
Yes.
when they ask someone 5 times 400, the person
Mm.
have to rack his brain like, okay, punch calculator.
Mm.
Like there's a technique for it, there's a strategy for it. You ask me 5 times 400, what I just need to do is divide 400 by 2, then add 10 to it.
And
That's
that's 2000.
2000.
Wow.
That's 2000. That's the strategy. So you need to improve. You can improve your memory in that area also. And also digital overload. Digital overload. Be mindful of the information you consume on social media. They can break you. They can break you. Be a selective reader. If you can, be a selective reader, because those information on social media out there are people that are pouring out venom out there.
Yeah.
And if you are not careful, they
Yeah,
take over your mental health and you get affected. And the next one is
Exactly.
digital deduction. A lot of people, because they see people they admire, a lot of people, because they see celebrities, they start comparing their lives with those people's lives. And before you know it, most of the times it is always a one-sided story. These people don't share their struggles, they only share their wins. And because you don't know their struggle, you only know their wins, you get yourself into depression unnecessarily. See, once you are depressed, your brain cannot function at a level of excellence. Once you are depressed, your brain cannot function at a level of excellence. So you need to watch that part too. And also, you need to learn something new. You need to learn something new, because repetition brings about mastery.
Mastery.
Repetition
Yeah,
begets mastery. Repetition begets mastery. Learn, if it is 3 months, every 3 months, every 3 months, you need to learn something new. And at this point, I will recommend to the listeners to read Robert Greene's book, Mastery. The book is going to help you a whole lot. Read Mastery by Robert Greene.
Okay.
So with this and many other strategies are in place, learners can train and build their memory.
Okay, thank you so much. Our time has really is really fast spent. Okay.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah. We had a kind of interaction on that recently. I think that was last week on my show, the education segment, where we asked people that, okay, do you think internet has caused more harm than good? Okay, people were like, okay, it has caused more good than harm. But someone mentioned a point, and that was the part of digital dementia. That the person was like, okay, it has affected us good in a way, but then it has made people so much focused on the internet that you want to just simple things that you can think about, you run straight to the internet, and with that you are not training your memory. So I my listeners out there, please pay attention to all these highlighted points. Ensure that you learn new things every day. Ensure that you make your brain active, involve your brain in thinking and stuff like that. Don't just depend on the internet and lots more like that. That's very, very important. Okay, sir, your story, because our time is fast spent. I don't know if you can share your story in the next 2 minutes, because our time has gone.
Yeah. So it's basically how I came into my foray into memory and mastery training. When I was 10, I lost my mom, and because of that, I lost my academic strength.
Wow. Network again.
Yeah. Okay. Now, so not until I met a friend who, as at that time, all what I knew then was because of him. It taught me how to read, how to assimilate, and on the spiritual part of it, it taught me how to fast. And I began to catch up. Because of our time, I would love to share a particular story let me just mention it, where at that point in time, my position was 31st in class, and I was so frustrated. I was crying that I wouldn't take this result home. Then one of my friends told me, "You see, there's a magic I can do for you. Once you take a pinch of sand, pour it on this result, your result will change the first position."
That's so funny.
Out of
you can continue, sir. That's so funny.
Out of frustration, I had to do that. Nothing changed. I was beaten at home for a dirty report card and all. But at a point, when I got to GSS3, I found my academic strength. I moved from a class jester to a class superstar. That was how the journey started. And I was like, okay, if I could, from being a class jester to a class superstar, then I can help people, a whole lot of people that have suffered like me, with strategies that can make them assimilate information well. So
Wow.
that is my foray.
Wow.
That is how I got into this space.
Wow, that's really amazing. And that part of pouring sand on your results, that's that's really
Yeah.
funny. That's so
I
funny.
told stories in my book. I
Okay.
told more of those stories in my book.
Okay. Wow, that's good. Akit, Abi, that Akit book.
Yes.
Okay.
I
Can
told
you
most
quickly
of those
tell
stories in my
people
book, those strategies too.
how to get the book? Like, drop your contacts, how people can get the book, and general advice for listeners out there.
All right. So before the general advice,
Okay.
you can reach me on 090-121-07566, 090-121-07566. So you can also reach me on WhatsApp with the number. So you can also order that book. You can follow me on my social media pages. Still the same name, Emmanuel Tobiloba, on my LinkedIn, on my Facebook, on my Instagram, Twitter, Emmanuel Tobiloba.
Okay.
So my general advice, we are in the 21st century, characterized by speed, characterized by invention, characterized by innovation. So if you want to make your life the best, if you want to make the great things out of your life, then you must come to that point that you know that you need to renew your mind every day. And how do you renew your mind? You need to keep improving your memory. You need to keep feeding your mind with amazing stuff. With that, you can be sure of success. And lastly, don't forget, there is an unseen factor. There is an unseen factor that make everybody scale, but it depends on the level of communication with that unseen factor, and that unseen factor is God. So whatever you want to do, commit it to God's hand, and also always try your own best to do what you can do. God has given you your brain so that you can rest. So stop disturbing God. Start using your brain. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Sir Emmanuel Tobiloba, for coming to the program. Thank you for honoring this invite.
I'm so excited to be here. Thank you so much.
Yeah, we really learned a lot from the interaction, and I hope my listeners out there, they've learned. And please, like you said, please stay away from some information that can affect your brain on social media. Social media is where everybody pour their mind, their sadness and all, and can affect your mental health. So your health is very, very important. Okay, thank you so much, everyone, for joining me on the program today with Emmanuel Tobiloba.
You were live with Z Talk Show. Thank you for joining us live on today's program.
Okay, listeners, thank you once again for joining me on this program today. Don't forget to patronize Glorious Rental Services. They are dealers in, for your events, for your ceremonies, for your canopies, your tables, your chairs, your pot of different sizes. You can contact Glorious Rental Services on this number if you are in Ibadan and its environment: 081-0798-0904. 081-0798-0994. And if you're a business owner, you're an entrepreneur, and you want a talk show to advertise your program, your business, please do well to contact me on my number 081-4646-9279 +234. Yes. +2348146469279. Okay, listeners, thank you so much, everyone, for joining me live on the program today with Emmanuel Tobiloba. It's an awesome interaction. I learned a lot, and I hope you all have learned a lot on today's program. Okay, this is where we'll be ending the education segment of C Talk Show for this weekend. Don't forget to join me next weekend for another interesting episode. Same on C Talk Show. And don't forget, tomorrow evening 7 p.m. is Love Me JJ live on C Talk Show as we discuss things that pertains to love. I will be here tomorrow by God's grace. I remain your friend Sanusi Rebecca Titlayo. Have a wonderful day. See you tomorrow. Enjoy church.